Ha ha! Happy hump day, everybody. And my oh my, do we have a breaking news story straight from Kamala Harris after last night's debate because, well, JD Vance may have suffered from just a little bit of Trumpitis right in the middle of things that he said. And ain't it a bitch when your actual words in life, done on live television, are something you have to be responsible for? Yeah, where I'm from, we like to call that when the chickens come home to roost. And oh my, did they. But before I get to that in a few seconds, let's hearken back to a moment in time when good old Lloyd Benson stuck his foot right down the throat of Dan Quayle.
I have far more experience than many others that sought the office of Vice President of this country. I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency. I will be prepared to deal with the people in the Bush administration if that unfortunate event would ever occur.
Senator Benson.
Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
You have a funny feeling, just like Dan Quayle, JD Vance is never going to be able to live that moment down for the rest of his life. And what's really important in this is that we understand the reason for this breaking news, and I'm going to show you in just a few seconds, that Kamala Harris and their team have done, is based on the fact that the man just simply won't answer an incredibly simple question about January 6th. But at the same time, let's remember what his boss, Delusional Donnie, said on that infamous day, January 6th, 2021.
Something's going to happen.
Who's free? Our streets! Who's free? Our streets! Who's free?
I hope Mike is going to do the right thing. I hope so. I hope so. Because if Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election. All Vice President Pence has to do is send it back to the states to recertify.
I'm going to guess that almost every single person watching the debate took a collective gasp when JD Vance kind of walked around that particular question he was asked about the peaceful transfer of power and the election. Because it didn't take very long for news sources to pounce on it, and it really didn't take any time for the Harris-Walz camp to go straight out and say, oh, those are the words you're going to use, JD Vance? Well, I tell you what, we're going to make us a pretty little ad out of that. And the breaking story is, oh my goodness, they certainly did. And here is the ad.
It's really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully gave over power.
He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future.
That is a damning non-answer. America, I think you've got a really clear choice of who's going to honor that democracy and who's going to honor Donald Trump.
Brilliant ad. And it's exactly what needs to be said. I want you to sit back for just a moment and really realize what we're discussing here. People talk all the time about the vice president is one bullet, which is not a joke at all, not funny, or just one unfortunate moment. And then all of a sudden, the vice president is president. I mean, let's be honest, folks. Come on. Donald Trump, you guys can make all the fun you want of. Anyone can make fun of the fact that Joe Biden's old, but you know, good old Delusional Donnie's only 3 years younger, and he's not exactly very fit. He could crash of a heart attack tomorrow while cramming down McDonald's in his face. And this guy, JD Vance, would become president. And yet what you saw last night and what you see in this ad, brilliant ad by the Harris-Walz campaign, is this man has Donnie right in his head. He has psychological complete control of him. He has been indoctrinated in Trump. Full stop. And that guy is on the brink of being president of the United States. We simply can't let that happen. Make sure you tell everybody, vote Harris-Walz, and please share this to everyone you know. And always remember, do what Barack Obama said. Don't boo, vote.